The Pentagon has gone silent, not partially, not strategically vague. Completely silent 6 hours ago, Iran made a bold announcement. A second U.S. F-35 stealth fighter had been shot down. Not damaged. Not forced to retreat. Shot down, according to Iranian reports. The pilot suffered catastrophic injuries so severe that survival is now in doubt. And from the United States, nothing, no denial, no confirmation, no statement, and that silence is louder than anything they could say. Because here's how this usually works. When the Pentagon can deny something, it denies it immediately. When it can spin the narrative, it does so within hours. But when there is only silence, it often means they are still searching for an explanation. Now, think about what's being claimed: 2 F-35s. Lost within weeks? This isn't just any aircraft. This is one of the most advanced fighter jets ever created. A machine designed around a single idea: invisibility, stealth, for decades. Stealth has been the backbone of modern air superiority. The idea was simple: if the enemy can't see you, they can't target you. And if they can't target you, they can't stop you. That belief shaped military strategy, defense budgets, and global power dynamics. The F-35 program alone represents over $1 trillion of investment. Every curve of its design, every material used, every system integrated built to reduce its radar signature to something almost impossible to detect. On radar, it's not supposed to look like a fighter jet. It's supposed to look like nothing, or at most, something as small and insignificant as a bird. And yet, according to these claims, it was seen, it was tracked, and it was hit twice now. Let's pause for a second, because this isn't just about whether one aircraft was shot down. It's about what it means if it was. Iran is not just making claims. They are reportedly releasing footage, pushing it through diplomatic channels, broadcasting it to the world. That's not just military messaging. That's psychological warfare. It's a statement. We can see what you thought was invisible. If that statement holds even partial truth, the implications are massive, because it doesn't stop with one country. If one system can detect and engage stealth aircraft, others can learn from it, adapt it, improve it. Now, imagine that spreading suddenly. The advantage that defined modern air power for decades begins to shrink, and at the same time, there are reports still developing of a strike on a high-end missile defense system in Saudi Arabia, if accurate. That suggests something even more serious. Coordination, A. Simultaneous demonstration of capability targeting, both offensive air power and defensive systems in the same operational window. That's not random, that's strategic, and it sends a clear message. Nothing is off-limits. Now zoom out even further. The F-35 isn't just an American jet. It's part of a global network. Allies across Europe, Asia, and beyond have invested billions into it. Their defense strategies are built around its capabilities. So, when something like this happens or is even claimed to happen, it doesn't stay isolated. It raises questions. Everywhere, questions about reliability, about survivability, about whether the future of air combat is changing faster than expected. And here's the uncomfortable part: even if only part of this is true, it's enough to force a rethink. Because military planning isn't based on certainty, it's based on risk. And suddenly, the risk calculation has changed. Pilots who once relied on stealth as their shield now have to consider a different reality. What if you can be seen? What if you can be targeted? What if the mission doesn't end with a safe return? That shift, mental, strategic, operational, is huge. It affects how missions are planned, how aircraft are deployed, how conflicts are fought. And for decision makers, the options become complicated. Continue operations and accept higher risks. Shift to long-range weapons and drones. Pause and reassess tactics. None of those choices are easy. Each comes with consequences. And while all of this unfolds, there's another battle happening in parallel: The battle for perception, because in modern conflict, what people believe can be just as powerful as what actually happens. If the world starts to believe that stealth is no longer reliable, if allies start to question the systems they depend on, if adversaries feel emboldened, then the balance begins to shift, regardless of the full truth. That's why moments like this matter, not just for what they confirm, but for what they suggest. Right now, we don't have all the answers. We don't know the full details. We don't know how this will evolve. And we don't know how governments will ultimately respond. But one thing is clear. A conversation that seems settled for decades is now wide open again. And when long-standing assumptions are challenged like this, the effects don't stay contained. They ripple across strategies, across alliances, across the entire global landscape. The question now isn't just what happened. The question is what happens next.